I put laxatives in my peanut butter, and I watched her eat it with a spoon, straight out of the jar. Did you eat my peanut butter again?
No? Why would I do that?
Okay, let me back up. This story starts 6 months before that jar of peanut butter, and by the end of it, I had zero regrets. None. This story was submitted by a listener. She goes by Never Again Rumi. And honestly, reading this out loud felt like a therapy session. So, I had just moved into a 2-bedroom apartment with a girl named Kayla. We'd met through a mutual friend, seemed totally normal on the surface. Split rent 50-50, shared kitchen. Seems simple enough, right? First week? Perfect. Like, almost suspiciously perfect. She was clean, she was quiet. She even bought dish soap without being asked. I thought, okay, I actually lucked out here. Second week, I opened the fridge. My leftover Chipotle, gone. I figured, okay, maybe I just forgot I ate it? I do that sometimes. I let it go. Third week, my Greek yogurt, my sliced turkey, my entire bag of grapes, all of it, gone. Now at this point I'm thinking, okay, this is not a coincidence. But I still couldn't bring myself to say anything. Because you know how it is. You don't want to be that roommate who makes it weird. So I finally said something. Nicely. Very nicely. Hey Kayla, have you been eating stuff from my shelf by mistake? And she looked at me, with the most offended face I have ever seen in my life, and said,
I would never. I have my own food.
Hey, did you eat my turkey from the second shelf?
No, why do you always blame me for everything?
I literally only asked once.
Wow, okay.
Classic. Absolute classic gaslighting. Ask one question, suddenly you're the problem. So I decided to test it. I started labeling my food. Name on everything. Date on everything. The works. Monday, labeled yogurt in fridge. Tuesday morning, it's half gone, with a spoon still in it. At this point, I'm not sad anymore. I'm not confused anymore. I am collecting evidence. I started keeping a notes app log. Every single item. Date, photo, approximate cost. 6 months of theft. Running total? Roughly $340 worth of groceries. Now, here's where it escalates. Because up until this point, annoying, yes. Infuriating, absolutely. But I was still willing to just move out quietly and let it go. Until she ate my birthday cake. My mom had driven 2 hours to drop off a homemade red velvet cake. She left it in the fridge Friday night. Saturday morning, half the cake was gone. Not a note, not a sorry text, nothing. I confronted her. She said, and I quote,
Oh, I thought it was for both of us. Housemates share, right?
Housemates share. Housemates share. The audacity was so enormous, I actually started laughing. That was the moment I decided. No more nice. No more labels. No more quiet exit. We're doing this the hard way, Kayla. Step 1. Buy a brand new jar of peanut butter. Kayla was obsessed with peanut butter. Every single morning. On everything. So I made sure to leave it very visibly on my shelf. Step 2. Mix in a healthy dose of sugar-free candy. The kind sweetened entirely with sorbitol. If you don't know what sorbitol does to the human digestive system, look it up. I'll wait. Now, before anyone comes for me, I want to be very clear. Sorbitol is in hundreds of everyday products. It's in sugar-free gum, sugar-free candy. It's not poison. It just makes your stomach very, very unhappy if you eat a lot of it at once. And Kayla? Kayla did not eat a little bit. Wednesday morning. I'm sitting at the kitchen table pretending to read. Kayla comes out, opens my shelf, right in front of me, zero shame, grabs my peanut butter, makes toast, spreads it thick, takes a giant spoonful straight from the jar as a bonus. She caught me staring. She smiled, actually smiled, and said,
Morning.
I said, Morning. And I watched her eat every single bite, unbothered. Because I knew. About 45 minutes later, I heard it. The sprint to the bathroom, then the second sprint, then the third. I made myself a cup of tea, put on a podcast, and waited. Now, here's where I went full final boss. Because this wasn't just about peanut butter anymore. This was 6 months, $340, and a birthday cake. While Kayla was occupied in the bathroom, I slid an envelope under her door. Inside that envelope was a printed, itemized spreadsheet. 6 months of stolen food. Every item, every date, every price, with photos attached. At the bottom in bold, total amount owed, $340. Plus emotional damages, 1 homemade birthday cake, approximately $0. Priceless. I also CC'd our landlord on the email version. Just, for documentation purposes. Kayla came out of the bathroom 40 minutes later. She had the envelope in her hand. Her face was a lot of things at once. She said, voice shaking.
You can't actually make me pay this.
And I said, completely calm, tea in hand, I already sent it to the landlord. You have until the end of the month. Oh, and the peanut butter was sugar-free. Kayla moved out 3 weeks later. She did not pay the $340, but the landlord did deduct it from her security deposit, plus a cleaning fee. Turns out she'd been leaving quite a mess in shared spaces too. Never Again roomie says her apartment now has a mini fridge. In her room, with a lock on it. And she eats alone peacefully every single morning. Honestly, that sounds like paradise. If you've got a story like this, a roommate from hell, a coworker who crossed the line, a family member who took it too far, send it in. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, label your food, and maybe, just maybe, go sugar-free.